Hello, everyone. Welcome to Simulation Talk 292. Oh, I got ahead of myself. Let's activate Discord. So everybody on board. Beautiful. Thank you, Guru, for notifying everybody. I appreciate you. Stage is up. What's up, Matthew? Ben? Damon? Jay? Luke? Or Luca? Welcome, everybody, to the chat. Guru, how are you, my brother? Good to see you. We have seven people in already. That's dope. Let's turn on our backlight. Gives us a greenish tint, but backlight is nice. We don't mind the tint as much as we like the decoration. What's up, everybody? What's up, Freeman? Hope everybody got the invite for tomorrow for the Zoom call. Excited to have it. What up? What are you talking about? A bit. What you talking bit? Is that I keep asking you and I never get an answer. Is this supposed to be patois? Or that's awesome. It seems like it from the handle. What's up, Ghost? Starseed, Charles. Okay. Just reminding everybody that if you guys want to jump on Discord, the stage is open. If you guys you think you have a good subject to talk about, feel free to bring it up. Come on, it'll be fun. What's up, Arof? Good to see you, Joshua. Papa Joe. Papa Joe's a good handle. Taylor, Carlos, Charles Free, Shyla, Joshua. What's up, Jay? Steven. So good to see everybody. Okay. So we're slowly getting into it. If you guys want to follow on Twitch, it helps the channel. Go find LaserX83 on Twitch. That would help the Twitch channel to grow. Oh, man. Okay, that's the... Well, you know what? Let's just keep it that way. There's also the headlight, but it's actually kind of a nice lighting, so I don't mind it. I feel like it balances the lighting anyway, so it's good. Catch that what you said. My name is reference to web show called The Big Les Show. Got it. No, it just looks like patois. Like it looks like the way the Jamaicans would say things. That's why I'm asking. What's up, Viney? Vinay, sorry. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate you. Elisa. Okay. Michelle, check out the Kelsey is calling you. No, just in case you want to see it and talk, apparently. All right. So let's see what we can dive into today. Per usual, we're pretty open-ended. What am I getting into today? Good question. I think a lot that was on my mind recently, I'll wait for a few more people to show up before I really start talking about it, but a lot that was on my mind recently was incentives, alignments, and interests. Incentives, alignments, and interest. And I think that I keep talking about misunderstandings, and I think I keep running into the same misunderstanding myself without even realizing it. Because very often when people kind come to the channel and talk about what they want to talk about, very often it's about some sort of ideation, like what do they think is going on, which of course is totally welcome. But then I kind of realized that really what I'm interested in is demonstration, not just the kind of like general ideas. There's a lot of them, and let's see how we can encourage more of that. Ken, good to see you. Go said I got on Discord the other day, but didn't know that people joined to participate in the conversation. Come on now. Yeah, come on down. And I don't think the word my name is either. UK Wales. Well, the UK has a lot of Jamaicans, man. I mean, some particular parts, but thanks for letting me know. Let's go, let's go. Young Spats. Yeah, so you guys are welcome to come to the stage on Discord. Usually, if nobody comes within the first 20, 30 minutes, I understand that it's going to be more of a me ranting kind of lives. And then we're going to turn off the stage. But if somebody wants to come on and, bring up a subject or whatever, you're more than welcome to do so. Yesterday, we had some interesting ideas back and forth. And that actually what gave me the idea to talk about the alignments, incentives, and interests today. Just watched the podcast Enigma of Success. 10 out of 10. Wow. Thank you. Kikoyu, I appreciate you. So yeah, if you guys want to check out the conversation I had on Enigma of Success, it's not a big channel, but it was a fun conversation. So let me pull it up for you and share. Let me share it. Good idea. Thank you so much for the compliment. I appreciate it. It was a fun conversation. I really enjoyed it. Let's go back. History. I had it somewhere. Oh, there it is. Share, copy, boom, boom. Okay. Let me share it here. This is the conversation I just shared on YouTube. Thank you for reminding me. Really, really great watch. I really enjoyed it. Sometimes interviews just flow really well, and this was definitely one of them. Ghost is saying what I meant is I was just listening in when I got on Discord. I don't have much to say at the moment. Just soaking at your unique perspective. I appreciate it. Good to hear. Everybody, you're super friendly today. Good start. Welcome, everybody. Illuminati. Illuminati is one of the best handles. I'm gonna hand it to you. You buried all evidence. Of what, though? Is there something you said before? Because I didn't see it. Illuminati is great. Spelled N-A-U-G-H-T-Y. That's great. It's very witty. I like it. I like wit. So what evidence did you bury? Of the naughty part? I hope you're having a great day as well. Okay, so I think we can, I guess we can gently start. I don't see too many people coming on Discord, but also people might show up, so I'll wait for another 10 minutes. In the meanwhile, yeah, I've recently been, it comes in waves. My interests come in waves. So there's a central interest that I'm always interested in, the research I'm doing, my interest in the fundamentals of the world, and there's always, some side quests that happen. And I try to stay updated and also keep training my mind. So I try and keep myself educated as much as possible. And because there's so many different ways to, study, I try to have at least 2 or 3 things that are a little bit more technical that I'm always practicing, working on, and it helps me keep my mind a little bit sharper. And it's almost like going to the gym for the mind. And whenever you do that, things become pretty apparent, which is, I mean, I guess they should be apparent anyway, but when you do it all the time, this property that happens in, in at least in basic mathematics, that there's just the right answer, right? There's the logical conclusion of whatever is in front of you. And of course, not everything in life is this way, but it definitely shows you that there's a lot more there than people would like to admit, because I think people like the idea that everything is just can kind of be anything. And it's not like I have any issue with things being whatever they are. However, I do think that something is going on in the world where people just, I don't know, like it feels like they just don't care about what the thing really is, about the truth of the matter. People losing their ability to reason left and right, and maybe it has something to do with a very strong emotional contagion. So like people just very emotional and react very strongly, and they don't allow themselves to be in a more balanced place to process information. But this is why whenever I think about particular comments that people made on the live, or some left a comment somewhere on Instagram or on a video, sometimes I would see those, and it seems like, well, some of them are the obvious, right? People just want to be heard. They just want to vent. They just want to put something on there. But sometimes it seems like they really are genuinely trying to engage with the subject matter, but fail to reason on the most basic of ways. And that part I don't quite understand. So if you're already going as far as like trying to really engage with the material, why not put actual thought into it? Yesterday, I'm just going to remind you, it was either yesterday or the day before. We were talking, I think, about it was I don't remember if it was yesterday or the day before, but we were talking about the Mandela effect, and just all kinds of ideas around what we can try with the laser and things like this. And invariably, don't get me wrong, I love when people bring ideas. That's lovely. I really do encourage this. But maybe one thing I should make more clear when people come on is that if we're just exploring their ideas for the sake of them thinking about it, I'm down. Let's talk about it. Let's drill down the idea. Let's analyze it. But if the idea is they kind of bring it forth as in for me to try, then it has to have some original component, or it needs to have something in it that has a unique perspective, wasn't tried before, or somebody tried to go down that path and tried a few things, and some things failed, some things worked. There had to be more than just, oh, I had this idea, what do you think? Because if it's for me, if you're handing me the object, let's make sure that what you're handing me is something you thought through, and not just something that just like, hey, did you, because it's relatively easy to say, hey, did you think of X or Y? Or because there's infinite of these possibilities of what can potentially be true. That's not how we go about determining what is likely true. We go about it by a completely different process, and a big chunk of that requires demonstration, requires trying to actually get to the core of what we can show that is demonstrably true. There's some comments here. Hold on, I want to make sure that I'm not ignoring for too long, because after all, this live is about people. Let me click this down. How do I think higher civilizations created super sophisticated simulation to trap eternal beings? See, this is what I mean. In never-ending loop. Like what? This is as arbitrary as them creating it to make infinite ice cream at the end. What? Why specifically trap? Because it's an idea that you've heard somewhere, and it just kind of feels like, ooh. But there's zero reasons to think this, right? And And also, I don't know if you saw Genie 3 by Google, but they already made this. Like now, the Genie, Google has a tool, at least in its infancy now, that can just generate worlds, entire worlds, just by a prompt. You remember how people used to say, how can they possibly have so much compute to process all these universes? Well, Google has it now. That's how simple it is, relatively. The code does show in human body, yes. Exactly. If you just project it on your body, you will see it. Okay, good. I think, yeah, I think we might turn off Discord in a moment because nobody's really there, and doesn't seem like there's any potential for that today. What's up, Alma? Isaac, Ariel, or Ariel lurking. It's funny. What's up, people? Like, oh, good to see you, Mini. Again, just a reminder, if you guys want to follow on Twitch, it'll be LaserX83 on Twitch if you want to jump on there. I never know. It never actually tells me how many people are on YouTube and how many people on X and Twitch. All the YouTubers that are on. How many viewers does it say that we have right now? What's up, Dustin? Parker? Wilson? Have I ever felt that I was crazy? How do you stay grounded? Actually, no, I never have. Then again, that's what a crazy person would say, right? I don't know. For the most part, I just am. I don't attach myself to outcomes too much. So like whatever in fact is true, I'm okay with it. Or I'm doing my best to be okay with it. Because what are you going to do about it, right? Accepting it is key. If you can accept what in fact is the case, you will stay grounded. I am the guy who discovered the code in the laser, yes. Tell you something about my view on this matter. I mean, this is what these lives are about. Also, all my channels are about this. So you're welcome to binge or stick around and we'll eventually get to some subject that might interest you. Pakistani pilot, how you doing? What my thoughts on the world potentially being created by AI? Well, my point of view that we are AGI. That's what we are. Created by AI. In the sense, if you mean it's automated, yes. All the universes that exist in the infinite simulation are all automated. Nobody's sitting and building them. They're all automated. And from what I saw, they're automated according to the use of the Mandelbrot set. Wait, how do we get rid of this? Man, TikTok really needs to work on their unbelievable. Get stuck on a screen and that's it, you're screwed. What do I think is that? We don't know. I think it has something to do with some fundamental operation that gives rise to both our world and all the other worlds. But we don't really know. What's my current hypothesis and all this stuff? I mean, that's what we're talking about. That's not too general a question. It is a pretty general question. I think that all the simulations are running because the highest civilization is trying to figure out why everything exists. That's the highest overview I can give you, Benny. Thank you for the question. You can actually go and watch a video in which I outlined this quite in depth. You should probably memorize the names of the key videos on my channel, but if you go to my link tree on TikTok, you will find a link. I think it's there to a video called which is on my YouTube channel, Dango Thoughts, but you can find a link there. And it is called the name of the molecule. I can't pronounce it on TikTok, but the name of the molecules are 3 letters. Then laser experiment reveals visible code. Where do we go from here? The name of the molecule, laser experiment reveals visible code. Where do we go from here? It's the second video I ever put out on the subject. Click on the link. Somewhere in the middle of this video, there are chapters. There's a chapter called "Who is simulating the space" or something like that. I'm addressing this point there. Even with molecule, I needed this and go to see the code. Logo is a no-go for me. I mean, usually after you see it a couple of times, you don't need that much. Any thoughts on CERN being responsible for Mandela effect? Yes, definitely not the case. Videos about the laser test. Oh, awesome, Benny. Yeah. Another theory that I can find is one about different civilizations of reptilians. I know it's kinky. Why is the reptilians part kinky? That's what I said. K and Y. But apparently not. Apparently it's not related to Rasta. What's up, Dave? Thank you for the likes, Benny. I appreciate that. Do I think governments have hidden technologies? Yeah, of course. All governments have something up their sleeves. Is it aliens? That I don't know, but there's always something secretive. I wonder how we remedy the gap of education. I really wonder this sometimes because all the information in the world is available, but I think most people have no idea how most things are done in science, in politics. People just have like very rough ideas and they kind of go by some meme that they heard somewhere. How do we collapse this distance? How do we make sure that people have at least a baseline understanding of how things work? Does it have to be uploaded early on or something? I guess that's what we tried to have schools for, but schools are no longer a viable option, I think. Or being green smoker. Yeah, I did try the God molecule and the laser. You can see the code a lot clearer, actually, even than the spirit molecule. Daniel, how are you, my brother? I appreciate you. And yeah, just a reminder, if you guys want to join on Twitch, again, it really helps the channel. So you can go find the chat there at LaserX83 on Twitch. LaserX83 on Twitch. I think you have to make it a matter of personal interest for people to be invested in learning these things. I agree. So how do you get them interested? Maybe you connect it to something truly amazing, like an amazing future for humanity, something like this. Do you have any strong feelings or ideas about visualization? What other psychological ideas do you think attempt to control manifestation of reality? Yeah, I think visualization definitely is playing a big role. So strong feelings, no, but I definitely know it works. Like a person has to see the value of them having that knowledge, which comes back to demonstration. Yes. I think if people can see the link between them being basic education level, uh, whatever the next word is, having like a good base education and a beautiful vision of the future, maybe if we can link those two for them, it just seems to me, I was thinking about making a video about this for a long time, but then I was like, wait, isn't it obvious? Maybe it's not. Maybe people stopped understanding that unless each and every person individually is educated on basic ways of the world is and also some emotional control, we don't get to participate in the next beautiful iteration of the simulation. I always thought it was kind of obvious, but maybe it isn't. What's up, Mikael? Did I try to slow down the video of the laser and what happened? No, we haven't. We haven't tried it. No, I mean I've tried it, but it's not conclusive enough to talk about. We need to run much more specific tests with this. Yeah, the education is shared online, but it's not structured, so people just kind of run in infinite directions. And amplifying the wrong signal basically drowns the real signal. So how do we encourage how do we make people responsible participators as signal amplifiers? Most people don't make a signal, most people just amplify other signals. So, how do we make them responsible signal amplifiers? That's actually one of the stuff that I was talking to with David Rugg in my first episode of 0 to 1 that you can find on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, and right here on YouTube, 0 to 1 with Danny Goller. And, amplifying the right signals versus just amplifying any signal, it makes you feel something in the moment. That's a big responsibility. You have to kind of absorb the information, not to just be emotionally reactive, but to actually process it, measure it against other things, and only then decide if it should be amplified. I know you can get the lectures, but the question is, what do you pick? Good to see you, Aaron. Aaron. Aya, yes. Aya works with the laser. Should be plans in school to watch proper videos. Yeah, I would agree. I don't know what's going on in schools anymore, to be honest. Okay, let's see. School is interactive. Yeah, interactive is the way to go for sure. Thank you so much, Guru. I appreciate you. Yeah, interactive is the right word. I think gamifying the educational process is key. I think that's key. Have you tried switching through different color lasers? Yes. Tried activating different color lasers. It seems to just be more of the same. But that's a great question. Was wondering myself if we can change it in real time and see if we can make the perturbations, see the perturbations. Hold on. The dogs are fighting. Hold on. I guess we're not supposed to talk about the Anunnaki. Thank you, Guru. Appreciate you. What about instead of ready to buy cross laser, have you thought about diffracted laser that reflects to the whole wall? So not just for a single person, but a group of people could look at it. I'm not sure what you mean, because all diffracted lenses, they have a certain width. You can make them wider, but you can't. Making it across the entire wall is very challenging. Wall. It's possible, but it's very challenging. But yeah, of course. I mean, that's obvious, right? What's up, Gabriel? I don't know what those are. Those coordinates? It doesn't really do much, just so you guys know. It just reveals more of the same. You can do the same with just a band of laser. It's too much work for not too much reward on this. No problem, brother. Don't apologize for English. Not really sure. I mean, yeah, I've considered. Let's put it that way. I've considered a lot of things. This is exactly what my conversation this morning, when I started talking about this today in the beginning, I started saying, which is the answer to most questions, starting with "Have you considered?" The answer to most of them would be yes. Yes, I've considered a lot of things. What can you demonstrate? That's the question. Not what we consider. We consider a lot of things. Considering you can consider it till kingdom come, right? But what can you demonstrate? That's the trick. Not considering. Considering is easy. So according to what we investigated with people, Remy, when you talk about other codes, what you see in the laser is not the same thing you see without the laser. People think they see the same codes. You won't know until you look at the laser, and then you can decide whether you're looking at the same thing or not. There are many different codes. What's up, Elusive? Okay, so I'm going to turn off Discord because I don't think anybody's coming today. Okay, there we go. We ended the stage. Today, I think we're just staying here. What's up, Haas? There's this girl who does remote viewing, and she was on Moon and Mars. That's great. We live in a world where anybody can say anything without demonstrating anything, and they end up on a podcast. It's kind of crazy. It looks the same to the personal. To me personally, it wasn't insulting or anything. Oh, I don't think it is an insult. I'm saying just very dryly. People compare them all the time. Have you seen what you see in the laser? Yeah, just so you know, Em, I'm really not down with most of these stories. Just so you know. I mean, by all means, keep talking about them, promoting them, but I'm not buying any of it. I don't believe anyone until they demonstrate something to me. I don't believe anybody who's saying they remote viewed to the moon and they saw whatever it is. I don't believe anything or anyone. I want to see demonstrations. Similar in the laser in a bright wall. So you did the experiment with the laser the way I'm proposing, and then you also saw it, you're saying, in the night sky. Is that what you're saying? I didn't say it's ridiculous. It's just not, that's how I roll. Unless you can demonstrate it to me, I'm not really interested. Because there's infinite things that you can claim. It's not that it sounds crazy. It doesn't sound crazy. This is actually not that crazy. It's just that people say all kinds of things all the time. Indoors, let's see. View to my bed. That's really funny. Tomorrow, by the way, just reminding everybody that we have our Zoom call. Hopefully, you get the invite if you're on the second tier membership program on YouTube. If not, and you signed up for the second tier, make sure you email me to lasersimulationx@gmail.com so I can send you an invite. And also tomorrow, probably also going to do the members live in the evening for members only. So for all of these reasons, you might want to join the membership program on YouTube on Dango Thoughts to join in so we can talk about things more deeply. If you go to Dango Thoughts and sign up for the membership program, you'll get early access to all my content, access to my weekly lives for members only, aside from the daily lives. That's happening also tomorrow. And if you sign up for the second tier and up, you will get access to my Zoom calls once a month. One is happening tomorrow. And if you sign up today, make sure you email me so I can send you an invite. Repeating similar setup to yours, but also indoors with lights out. No longer yet eyes adjust to very little light, like only the LCD from the microscope. Thank you so much, Remy. I appreciate you. Much appreciated. Awesome Ghost. Welcome if you will. Let eyes adjust to very little light, like only in the LCD from microwave or stove. I see. New members second and up. You can also email Danny. Yeah, thank you so much, Guru. Eventually, the air appears grainy and thick, and then you can see very similar shapes and characters. Yeah, that's actually a very similar technique to what I do to kind of see the stuff in the air with the console and stuff. So I take your points. Never seen the fMRI plus AI showing what the subject see. I haven't seen it yet, but what I heard from Gallimore is that it's not really where people think it is. Let's see. First of all, I don't think functional MRI can do it. I think it's EEG, if anything. Let's see. fMRI and AI. EEG and AI. A lot of acronyms. Method to see Someone is thinking or seeing, whatever. Yeah, it is EEG. If you have a particular link to the story that you want to share, feel free to do so. But what I'm saying, yeah, it would also make sense. It would be EEG. But also, I don't know how much delivery it will. I should probably look into it because I've heard about it. Huh. I think transhumanism is inevitable and coming soon, or have a long way to go. Yeah, if you, it's a gradation. There's no such thing as transhuman because there's no such thing as a well-defined human, right? We are an organism in a continuum. I mean, if you think that this is it, we've arrived. That's actually a weird thought. Anybody who thinks this has a very strange thought about what's going on, because essentially what you would be saying is that everything in the universe evolves aside from us. That doesn't make any sense. Transhuman is human. Transhuman is anything that our organism will evolve into. That's it. Which is the norm everywhere in existence. Astonishing. Well, that's a strong word. Should better find out. Thank you, Evan Icon. I appreciate you. Microwave is doing what? But yeah, Pablo, I think that we are on the cusp of a big transformation, but it's the natural course of events. There's nothing extraordinary aside from the actual amazing fact that we get to live through it. Oh, I see. Oh, let me also send. Hold on, don't go anywhere. Thank you for the gift, Remy. So I'm trying to imagine if we can somehow streamline this for tomorrow. Actually, again, anybody who didn't hear, tomorrow we'll do the weekly live and also the Zoom calls for members from the second tier and up. So if you do want to sign up for those, either membership of the first class, which will give you access to my weekly lives and early access to the content that comes out, and if you so tomorrow we also have a Zoom call that we do once a month for members who sign up from the second tier and up on members program on Dango Thoughts, DANGO Thoughts. So I encourage you to sign up because it's not expensive and we actually get to have a one, essentially kind of like a one-on-one just in a group, and it's a lot of fun because there's not that many people there. So yeah, you can't post links, Elusive. You can email it to me if you want, or if you want to tell me what it's about. Oh, the thing I asked? Yeah, if you can just email it to me to lasersimulationx@gmail.com, that would be highly appreciated. Thanks, man. Lasersimulationx@gmail.com. I'm very into guiding humanity towards type 1 state status. one day I'll come on and talk about that. Awesome. See, I'm very interested in that. So please do. That was my friend. I think his name was Chris. Casey, not Chris. Yeah, he's doing a lot better thanks to some of our donations, actually. So thank you so much, everybody who donated. And I will identify a new person of need soon. We can donate to them. Thank you for asking. And if you want to follow on Twitch, it'll be LaserX83. If you want to come and help the channel, always welcome. So yeah, I'm thinking about how we can potentially streamline these ideas in a way that is a little bit more educational and also fun and interactive. Something to think about. Woohoo! Thank you, Evil Icon. And this is something we're definitely going to be doing. So there's a couple of things that I prepared tomorrow for the Zoom call, and also we might continue with a similar process for the weekly live for members only. Let's see what you sent me. Thank you for the links. So, oh, they're the same. And I can recreate what you see from a brain scan. Image generating AI is getting better at recreating what people are looking at from their it is fMRI, interesting data, but this isn't mind reading yet. Yeah. I'm surprised it's functional MRI. It's too slow usually. Okay. We can see use these kinds of technique. Wait. So this is the part where they kind of tell you how they do it. Combine fMRI data with advanced image generating AI to translate study participants' brain activity. That's what I'm interested in, the actual study. There you go. That's what I want to read. Thank you. High resolution image reconstruction with latent diffusion models from human brain activity. Let's see what they got for us. Preview PDF. Download PDF. Come on, baby. Woohoo! Thank you. That's great. Documents, papers. Nice. Now we can officially look at it. We can also look at this tomorrow on the Zoom call, actually, and in the weekly live. Related work. Up. Okay, cool. Should read this. Looks serious. Thank you for sharing this. By the way, this is what I'm looking at right now. So you guys can just download the PDF directly because that's what you really want. What's up, Evil Icon? Yep, maybe the Akashic Records. Maybe many things, maybe. What we want to see is demonstration. You went deep into what specifically, Lucifer? Into my laser experiment or into the reconstruction? Because reconstruction was around for a while. This looks more advanced, but I don't think it's nowhere near the level it needs to be. Doesn't mean it's not gonna get there. I'm excited for it to get there. Nico is in the house. How you doing, brother? Missed you. Nico, you told me that you want me to comment on videos. Which videos do you want me to see a reaction of me? Which video do you guys want me to react to? Because Nico, actually, you were not the only one, but you were, I think, the first one on the live to ask for it, for me to react to other videos. Which videos would you guys like me to react to? Maybe it will be some good content. But think of something good, not something obvious. Maybe we can actually break down that ridiculous analysis of the experiment that somebody showed in the University of Amsterdam. What's up, April? That's amazing. I'm glad to have you. Yeah, Elusive, like when I just started talking about this, after I released some of my first videos, a bunch of people in my comments were like, Elusive sent me, Elusive sent me, Elusive sent me, Elusive sent me. I was like, who's Elusive? Gotta tell you, it's a good marketing strategy. Nobody could tell me exactly who you were, but just like, Elusive sent me. Re-email you about the Zoom thing. They got lost in the ether. Yeah, Evil Icon. Email me now, because tomorrow we have the Zoom call. Email me to lasersimulationx@gmail.com and title the email, even if you're not a new member, title it new member, because that way it puts it in a special folder where I can see it. Send you hilarious anti-Elon videos. That's awesome. Oh yeah, Neuralink is the way to go, baby. They can have that combined. 13 years old, thinks CERN destroyed our universe. Decent video to react to. Well, I think the key is in the 13-year-old. I love this. 13-year-old genius. Talk about the fourth dimension. I mean, it is kind of cool to see kids talking about this stuff, but not like it's not that impressive. Like seriously, they're smart kids. Like there's no solve something. Professor Terence Tao, if I'm not mistaken, he was teaching in university mathematics in university by the age of 13. That's impressive. A kid ranting about something on YouTube at 13, not impressive. No matter how coherent it is. Do something, make something, show results in the world, then we'll talk. And I don't mean to be harsh on any kids, obviously, but like, we need to raise the bar, guys. Come on, let's raise the bar. Let's stop being amazed by every single thing. Let's keep the amazement for amazing things, for actual amazing things. Tomorrow we'll analyze a video on not analyze, but like watch and kind of give you the vibe of like what I think the bar should be. And we'll continue this also on the members live so other people can also have access to it. You gotta be careful reacting to the video, ask for permission. Yeah, no, of course, those would always, it's always that way though. Like YouTube would lock it and then we'll reveal it, let it go. Exactly. I'm not cutting him short. I've seen this video. It's complete nonsense. I saw it. It's nonsense. It's a deep misunderstanding, not just of CERN, but just of science as a whole. At a certain point, you know, when you hear things a billion times and you kind of like passed it light years ago, there's only so many moments where you get to like, cushion it and go like, oh, well, then this and then at a certain point you go, no, and that's it. Just no. No, the handle is not the email address. EvilIcon. Uh, lasersimulationx@gmail.com. 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 Yeah, I saw the video, Ken. I saw the video. Nonsense. But what I don't understand is why people think that the 13-year-old is impressive. Like, why is that impressive? Because he said something nonsensical? Or is it that it was done that way, so it's harder to criticize a kid for Nico goes, 13 years old are fetuses, basically. No, there's some kids that are very, very smart. There's no question about it. That video is just nonsense. I don't care about the age of the kid. That's just. I say make adults great again. Here's a movement. Make adults great again. Adults need to take over again. Kids just took over everything, spewing nonsense everywhere. Actually, shut up. Greta 2028. Dude, Greta works for the devil, like straight up. It's like it was so clear from the beginning. I have a question for you, but a bit of a long one. Can I send in multiple messages? You can, or you can, if you really want to outline it, I can open the stage on Discord again, and you can just join Discord right now, and you can jump on, and you can just voice it. How dare I? She's the worst. The worst. For me, it goes the H-Man, Greta. That's how bad she is to me. Speaking of puppets, Kevin wrestling alligators. Yeah, today we take no prisoners. If you guys haven't noticed, I mean, I don't think he's onto anything. That's my point. There's a lot of ideas that might sound like it makes sense to you, but it's based on nothing, like literally nothing. Like all these ideas about like CERN this, CERN that. CERN is just a facility where they do particle collisions. Black holes that it might produce, which it produces invariably all the time. We have the equations for them, and the Schwarzschild radius of these black holes is not enough to do anything. So the math on this is actually pretty stable. Like we understand it pretty well. There's no mystery there. People take things we've known for 100 years, repackage them, put them on YouTube, and say, "Did you know that the blah, blah, blah?" Yeah, we did know. It's just other people didn't know. But yes, we know this. Like, there's nothing. People literally revamp ideas that have existed for over 100 or 200 years And this is the point. It's easier to hear than like a YouTube video. But if you dive for a second into what physics knows, it's mind-boggling. I suggest to do that. Like also simulated. Yes, that's true. So yeah, Aaron, let me know, because I'm gonna be jumping off in a moment. But if you want to come outline your idea, let me know, and I'll start the stage on Discord. But then let me know now, so I'll do it. Okay, cool. So, Guru, if you can share in case Aaron doesn't have it, if you can share it again, the link to Discord. There you go. Started the stage just now. All right, feel free to come on and then raise your hand and I'll bring you up. It's on, Aaron. Thank you so much, Guru. I appreciate you. Yeah, because I don't know who is whom or who is who. So if you can just raise your hand, Aaron, if that's you. You're not Erosi, are you? Or is that you?
Yep, that's me.
Awesome. How you doing, brother?
Good. How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you for joining.
No worries. So, yeah, I don't know if you remember me. I did send you a link about a Coursera mirror on YouTube Lives like a year ago, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I'm familiar with it. Okay.
Yeah. So, I'm just gonna go back to your almost the first video of you.
Okay.
Which was you were talking about how you define real, what's real.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I've had these experiences. I want to call them out of body experiences, and then I connected with a group of people who do have out of body experiences, and we did some experiments together. Just give me a second. Just rolling down. Yeah. So we did a couple experiments to check what we are experiencing. Is it coherent at all? So what we did was a number experiment. So we grouped up, and one person just wrote down a number, and the other person went out of body experience and tried to see the number when. Yeah, we did that for a week straight, and everyone. So there's no guess in it, so we can see the numbers coherently every single time. So, but still, on the mainstream, it says it's just a dream state. Right? There's nothing real about it. But then, where is that coherent information from the physical reality coming from to, like, how does it connect with the out-of-body experiences, right?
Okay.
So my question is going to be, so we do these experiments, right? Then we go have out-of-body experiences. We do go crazy stuff happening, right? Some weird stuff that is not, it's too far away from the reality, this physical reality. Then if that information that comes coherent with the physical reality, like the number experiment, does that prove the other stuff we see on the out-of-body experiences as real? Does that count as a real experience?
Yeah.
If you know what I mean,
Yeah, so directly no, but it adds credence to it. So you can say, first of all, I don't know who is making the argument that, like, well, it's just a dream state, therefore it doesn't count. It doesn't matter how it comes to you. If you can repeat the numbers and the numbers are actually there, it makes no difference whatsoever how it came to you. The fact that you can do it proves that you're getting real information, that there's consensus on it. So then you would say that the dream state, you can move information through it if that's the case. Does it prove that other things are real? No. It can be some of it real, some of it not. Some of it is kind of like manufactured in real time by your own brain. Some of it exists on its own side, objectively, so to speak. So no, not directly. But definitely, if you can actually do that, it definitely lends a lot of credence to other propositions that you can transfer information through dreams and other states of consciousness.
Yeah. Okay. So just gonna go back to the first video of you where you talked about how you define real, what's real, right? So okay, with DMT and laser experiment, one can smoke the DMT and can see it. I've done it myself. I've still got laser as well, right? So everyone can just smoke and see it, no matter who they are, right? With the out of body state, it's exactly the same. It's just you don't know. Okay, if I say I'm gonna have an out of body experience tonight, it's not certain, right? I can try to get into sleep paralysis. I might not be able to. It might take a week or months to get into one. So that's where the issue comes, right? So I can just go into a lab and say, okay, I'm gonna guess this number or see this number, and I'm gonna have an out of body experience right now. It doesn't happen like that, right? So with the cochlear mirror, it just makes it easier. I can almost have out of body experiences every time. Not every time, but yeah.
You have a Casimir mirror in the house?
Sorry?
You have that set up in the house?
Yes.
Okay. Did you build it or you bought it ready to go or just curious?
No, I built it myself.
Okay,
it
amazing.
Took me like 6 months. I spent like 30,000 on it.
Crazy.
To get it to current stage. It's first when I did it, I didn't know what I was doing, to be honest, because on the internet it says time machine and all that crazy stuff. It's nothing like that. It just blocks the electromagnetic field of the body, so you shut down the body, you get into sleep paralysis much easier. So
what would be the difference between that and Faraday cage?
So Faraday cage, for example, within the Faraday cage, you don't have it's just higher frequencies, right? With the Faraday cage, with the cochlear mirror, you kind of redirect extremely low frequencies of the electromagnetic field as well. So when you make them both in the same room, it's just there's almost non-electromagnetic field. So it's just your body doesn't get any information feedback. So you just full in blackness, no sound, no light at all, and no, of course, electromagnetic fields. So it's much easier to get into that stage.
Okay. Where are you located, by the way?
In Sydney, Australia.
Oh, a little far.
Yeah.
That's that as somebody said on TikTok, that's dedication. I applaud you, man. That's commitment. See, I encourage this kind of attitude across the board. I'm very impressed by this, because to actually do it is very different than just talking about it on the internet. So way to go, man. Continue.
Oh yeah. So I did drop out from university after this experiment, so it did kind of crash me a lot or change my path drastically. So
okay.
I was studying quantum computing, then I came across this. I built this after some experiences. I was like, I'm done with the uni. I'm just gonna go my own way. And it's
what is it particularly in your experiences that made you drop out?
Well, the first I had a bit of agreement within the uni because of the double slit experiment, right? So I tried to build something, and they didn't approve it. Then did an agreement. Then I built it myself with my own resources, which led me to this, from double slit experiment to this cochlear mirror. It doesn't sound, to be honest, too close to each other, but yeah, it is just events turned out to be real different. Anyway, then I found out this guy who was having out of body experiences, who is located in Sydney as well, who came in and tested my device. And then he actually connected the dots for me. Then because I didn't know what I was experiencing. I didn't know about the out of body experiences or astral projection, right? So he kind of connected the dots for me, because what I was seeing was, I don't want to say magic, but you go into the device, you start seeing shapes, right? And I don't know what's happening. And I did actually try the laser as well, so you don't need the DMT. So if you're in that lower frequency stage, you can still see the codes without the DMT.
Interesting.
With
the laser or without the laser?
Sorry?
Without the laser too, or just without the molecule?
Well, if you go out of body stage, so fully out of your body, you can see without the laser. But when you get into a certain stage, like that fine line between sleep and awake moment, if you put the laser into that in front of you and without even moving, just opening your eyes, if you can see the laser, you can see the gods. Yes.
Interesting. Okay, that's super interesting.
Yeah, I wrote it down on my website as well. Send it to you. I don't think you read it.
Wait. Which email did you send it to?
I sent it to you on YouTube.
I can't open links on YouTube. That's the problem. So if you can just email it to me. Yeah. I can't open link. There's no hyperlink option for me as the host for some reason. So if you can just email it to me to dengoprox@gmail.com. I'll put it here in the comments.
Yep.
dengoprox@gmail. And then, yeah, man, let's stay in touch, because who knows? I mean, it sounds super interesting, because it is a little bit of an undertaking to do the cancer mirror. So
it's a long process.
Yeah. So who knows? I mean, at some point, maybe I'll be in your neck of the woods, and maybe I would love to try it. So that'll be interesting.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. I mean, definitely email it to me.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, I'll get in touch with you through the email. Sorry. So I'm gonna come back to my question, because that's why I said it's a bit of a long question.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
So as I said, I've got this group of people who are just focused on out-of-body experiences. It's all around the world. We're about like 600 people. Is on a Telegram group, and we do these experiments, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with the laser stuff, when we smoke DMT, right, and we can see the codes, and everyone can see it. It's coherent, right? And within this group, everyone reports the same thing when they have an out-of-body experience. So that's coherent. I've never heard anyone. I'm just talking, of course, people saying things, right? It's not real data. Just talking about my experiences of hearing other people experience, right? So everyone's seeing and experiencing the same thing over and over, right? And that includes me as well. So does that count that experience as real, do you think?
Consensus, yes.
Okay.
So the difference, this gets to the heart. This gets to the heart of this interplay between finding truth and finding knowledge or explanation, which is a point that I never fail to repeat by David Deutsch, which is that what all that agents can ever do is find better and better explanations. They'll never get at the truth, because the truth is encompassing everything that exists in its entire potential. So all you can hope for is to find a local horizon to which you can see. And within the bound of this bubble or horizon, you can find better and better explanations. And the better your explanation, the further into that horizon you see. But you don't discover what's ultimately true. You discover what tracks things within your local bubble and what makes sense according to the rules where the space you occupy. That's the best you can hope for. Something I heard Chase Hughes say today, it's a very simple and it's a very succinct way of describing everything I just said. He said, this example that people give between if I project a can on a wall and I put a flashlight behind it, and if we're in different angles, I might see a square and I see a square shadow, and you look and you see, no, I see a circle shadow. So both what you and I said is true, but it is not the truth. The truth is the can. So now it is also true to say that we can potentially like reason and find explanations that point to the actual can, to the actual truth. But in order to see the can for what it is, you have to be outside of existence itself, which is an incoherent idea. Therefore, to the core of your question, if a lot of people report the same thing, if it translates to something, well, first of all, if a lot of people report the same thing, it gives it some gravitas. But then you can still say, well, maybe it's just something about the brain, about the human brain, that is similar enough at bottom that everybody sees the same thing under these conditions, and you can recreate the conditions. You can create very convincing illusions, and everybody would see the same illusion, but that doesn't mean that it's real, right? However, can you find something functional? Can you find something that is robust enough that it maintains itself in reality and kind of stays there in the kind of way that you would expect something that exists, so to speak, to be, which is what I was trying to point to in that video. When I said that there's a difference between being kind of confused about if you see something or like really seeing it clearly. I can still say that maybe it's still some content that somebody projects for us to see, but that doesn't make it any less real, because then it means there's somebody real going through a whole lot of trouble to create this thing for us so we can see. So still it is real in that way. It's not, the point isn't like, is it real, like the but if somebody putting a lot of efforts at projecting it for us to see it, that makes it real, because somebody real on the other side is trying to communicate something. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so it's like, and this is the point that I keep saying recently, that kind of got Gallimore a little bit more comfortable with what I'm saying. In a conversation he and I had in LA, he asked me, wait, are you comfortable with the idea that maybe it's not physical like you think it is, but maybe it's like some kind of a message that was left for us? And I said, sure. I mean, it's like, that doesn't make it any less real. All I'm saying is that it's real information of some sort. And then he said, oh, okay, well then in that case, I don't really have that many. I don't, he said, I don't necessarily buy what you're saying yet, but I'm a lot more comfortable with that. So that's really all I'm saying, that there's something actually there. That's it. And you saw it, so you know what I'm talking about. There's a realism to it that most quote unquote hallucinations don't have. It's kind of like, it has this, it's
right there.
It's just there-ness kind of the thing, right? It's just kind of there, and it's not doing anything different if you look away, or just there. Can it still be projected? Sure, but it doesn't look like a hallucination, and you know it for yourself. I'm very interested in what you're doing, man. Like that first of all, that's it's very refreshing, because for the most part, people come on and only talk about ideas, the theories. You put it to the test. I would love to see what you've discovered there.
Oh, yeah. I try to document it on my own way, of course. Well, I'm not still experiencing in it, to be honest, because up to a point it did get a bit too strong after I tried to smoke DMT within the device. There was a bit of an overkill, I would say. It's an experience that I'm still kind of trying to recover from. And since that experience, I haven't been back into the device.
Wow.
It's kind of locked in within the room. Yeah.
Wow, man.
It's not like a DMT experience or no within the device. It's whole different stuff. It did give me a lot of information. I'm not gonna get into it because it's a bit too personal.
Okay.
I would say, but it did prove me, in a sense, there's more to it. There's more to what you see.
Absolutely.
As I said, I'm coming from a scientific background, and calling this kind of stuff kind of pseudoscience, to experience it and firsthand, it does change your perspective a lot, drastically.
Yeah, this is exactly what I appreciate. That no matter how crazy ideas sound, if you actually test it, it has a different flavor to it because you tested it. You get some information that you could never get just by talking about it. So I would love to. And yeah, man. I mean, if this thing opens what I think it opens, and like, of course, there's more. And one of the things that became super clear after my 5MEO experience with the laser is that it was super clear in its message. What are you looking at? It's like, it's not about the digits. What are you looking at? What is this? What is this? Answer that question. What are you looking at? That's the question. And I mean, I guess it was always right there for the picking, but that's the ultimate, that not ultimate, but that is the guiding question currently. So I agree that there's infinitely more, but we're just scratching the surface of it quite literally.
Yes.
Yeah. Amazing, man. Well, I'm super happy that you came on and shared your idea. Please email me. Please don't forget. And
I'll get into it. Yes, for sure.
okay, awesome. Hold on, let me, so I don't lose it. What is your name, by the way?
Aaron.
Aaron. Cool. Awesome. I just texted you there as well. Awesome. Well, then, do you have anything that you would like to promote?
No, I just came for the talk. And
Nico, do you have any questions for Aaron? I see you jumped off, but like, if you have any questions, I welcome it. Let's see if Nico has any time to ask any questions.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
It was good. My phone actually overheated as he was getting to the climax of the story, so I didn't really catch exactly. But I'll follow up with you, and we'll figure out what he did. But
okay, yeah, he actually discovered the secrets of the universe. And you missed it. You missed it because your phone overheated. That he knows the question. He knows the ultimate question.
The ultimate question, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
No, so you basically he recreated the what?
It sounds like he's thinking about it from like the right framework.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it sounds awesome.
Yeah, sounds like it's exactly the kind of mindset that I encourage, and very happy that people take it. So I mean, hey man, I'll try anything. If it works, great. We have a bunch of interesting experiments coming up in September. And this might be interesting to try one day because, again, it's quite an undertaking to build one of those. It looks simple, but it isn't. And I'm glad you actually took the time to actually do it, man.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, you impressed me. So let's stay in touch, and please let me know anything else that you find. And if not, until then, let's also have a little bit of more of a technical chat about how all of these things might be connecting to, deeper truths that we can potentially touch.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll email you, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Awesome, brother. Okay. So that being said,
take care.
see you, brother. And Nico, thank you so much for always coming on. If you guys want to follow me across platforms, you'll be Danny Goller on Instagram and TikTok. It'll be Goller Danny on X, Laser X83 on Twitch, and Dango Thoughts on YouTube. DANGO Thoughts on YouTube. Tomorrow we have both the monthly Zoom calls for members who are from the second tier upwards on YouTube members. So come and sign up for that if you want to join tomorrow, and make sure you email me so I send you an invite. It's going to be 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. That's a Sunday, 31st. Thank you so much, Ivlaikon. Love that one. Tomorrow we're also going to do a weekly live for members only. So if you sign up even for the regular tier of members, you get access to that, and also gives you access to early access to all my content. Come check out our website, codeofreality.com, where the lasers, the merch, the protocol, and everything else. And please follow our community on Discord. You can find the links to that both in the description on YouTube on the main page and in my link tree on TikTok. And if you still want to donate to the film, you're welcome to do so. Received with gratitude. You can find the link to our trailer for the movie The Discovery on my YouTube channel, Dango Thoughts. Find the GoFundMe page in the description, and you can donate from there. Again, I'm just going to remind everybody, which again, it's quite a pool, so it's not for everybody. But if you donate anywhere above $1,000, you will be the first person on the planet to see the movie with all the other people that donated that amount and more. I think it's kind of cool that you will see the film that I do think will make a splash, and you're going to be among the first people on the planet to actually see it. So, that being said, I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for incredible moderators. Guru, you're the man. Ebony, love you. Chris, thank you so much. And Jessica as well. There are wonderful moderators on YouTube and on Discord. I want to appreciate everybody in the community. Evil Icon, you're amazing. M, thank you so much for always coming, for asking questions. And all the other community members, old and new. I really appreciate you guys. Can't name everybody, but you know who you are. Elusive, Power Off, everybody. Deft, thank you so much, brother, for coming. I just now seeing all these comments, but we were chatting today. Appreciate you guys. See you tomorrow for all the things, apparently. We'll dive into some deep subjects tomorrow. Peace and love, everybody. Good night. Ciao. Have a good night, guys.